We are rounding up on inflation. So today we want to talk about the impact of inflation. We already know inflation is a persistent rise in the price of goods and services. So as soon as inflation increases, it has effects in the economy. So what are the effects? The positive and the negative effects of inflation in an economy. So we're going to start with prices. Prices, definitely inflation is a persistent rise in the price of goods and services. So as soon as there's inflation, a high inflation rate, it means prices for goods and services will increase. And an increase in price of goods and services makes the purchasing power for households to reduce. They won't have the ability to buy as they used to buy. So with a high inflation rate, it is expected that the purchasing power, the ability to consume goods and services within the economy would reduce. That's the impact. However, if income increases at the same rate as inflation, then this might not be a problem. But if there's an increase in inflation rate and at the same time the income level within the economy also increase at the same rate, then there won't be any problem. That is the impact of inflation on prices. The second one is investment. When we talk about investment simply means buying capital goods. So as soon as inflation increases within the economy, businesses, based on the fact that there is uncertainty within the economy, they will not be able to invest further. As a result, they might have to cancel or postpone investment. So during the high inflation rate, there's always going to be business decline, not business growth. That is the second point. The third one, unemployment. For unemployment, there's always going to be inverse relation between unemployment and inflation. An increase in inflation rate, which is through demand pull inflation, will bring about increasing aggregate demand. And because demand is increasing within the economy, firms will be willing to employ more workers to meet up with that demand within the economy. As a result, an increase in inflation rate would reduce unemployment rate in the economy because firms have to employ more workers to meet up with the demand. The next one, menu cost. For menu cost, because prices continue to increase every now and then, businesses might have to change their price tags. So changing the price tag means they have to continue to spend on papers, on stationery. That is the impact of inflation on menu cost. The next one is shoe leather cost. For shoe leather cost, it simply means because prices continue to rise, consumers might have to move from one shop to another to find the best bargain for goods and services. So their movement around will mean that the cost on shoes would increase. The next one is business and consumer confidence. A high inflation rate means that both consumers and businesses have uncertainty. So there is uncertainty that surrounds the situation. As a result of that, they lose confidence in the economy. As a result, they might not be able to buy or invest. The next one is wages. An increase in inflation rate will mean that employees will have to start bargaining or negotiating for a higher pay because they have to meet up with, if not, they will lose their purchasing power. So employees will negotiate for higher pay. And if they are able to, if they succeed in negotiating for higher pay, it means their employers will have to pay them a high wages to meet up with their purchasing power. This means businesses might have to push the cost, the high cost on wages to producers or to consumers. Then it becomes a cycle. And the cycle continues. So high inflation rate brings about high wages, and high wages will bring about higher prices. So it becomes a cycle. And the last one is on exports. For exports, a high inflation rate means prices for domestic goods and services will increase. As a result, foreign customers will not be able to buy from businesses that do export, which means the price of export will increase. What is export? Export means selling goods or services to foreign customers. A high inflation rate in an economy would increase the prices of export. As a result of that, the country becomes less internationally competitive, which means exportation will reduce in the country. So these are the impacts of inflation in an economy. Thank you.